Who, what, where, when, how, why? So tomorrow, March 27th, 2025, Nintendo is doing a Switch 1 Direct. 6 days from then, April 2nd, 2025, Nintendo is doing a Switch 2 Direct. Why is this such a Nintendo thing to do? So, I'm gonna have to rush this out now. Here are my predictions for the Switch 2 Direct using this bingo card I made. Which is not great because, like I said, I rushed it. I also want to say before we start this is only a 30-minute Direct. It is a full-blown Direct, not just a mini, but it's on the shorter side. There's no chance we're getting all this announced. I mean, not that a full bingo card would ever get announced anyway, but if I get bingo, it's probably going to be on the last row. So, without further ado, let's get into it. A Wind Waker HD port. I see this being an easy port for Nintendo. It was made on the Wii U. They probably wouldn't have to change too much to get it to come over to the Switch. And I know there's a lot of fans who would be willing to buy it. So I think it's an easy port for Nintendo to push out towards the end of the Switch 1's lifespan. A Tamagotchi Life port. This one I'm a little bit more hesitant about. I definitely think it has a lot of potential, but I feel like Nintendo probably would have released it by now. I feel like it's kind of weird to release it towards the end of the Switch 1's lifespan for a port like this. So I'm not 100% sure this will be coming, but it will be cool to see if it does. A new Mario baseball game. Yeah, there hasn't been one in a long time. I don't know if it'll necessarily be baseball, but I definitely think we'll be getting some new Mario sports game, and chances are it'll be baseball. New Leaf HD. Now, if you don't already know this about myself, I am a big Animal Crossing fan. I unfortunately came to the franchise pretty late with New Horizons, but I went back and played New Leaf a little bit. I didn't really get as much of an experience as I had hoped to buying it third party, but I think an HD port has a lot of potential. I could see them also doing maybe a collection of maybe Animal Crossing GameCube, Wild World, and Let's Go to the City or something like that. But I think an Animal Crossing port has a lot of potential, will be easy to do, and will sell well, and I will love it. I will definitely make a ton of videos on it if it does happen. A new Nintendo Switch Online console. Now, this one I actually think is not that likely, to be honest. Just because we know the Switch Online service is going to be transferring to Switch 2, but I think if they were to announce something big for the Switch Online service, it would actually be announced in the Switch 2 Direct. I don't think they will be announcing it this early, even though it probably will be available on the Switch itself. Scratch that. I don't know why I said that. If they do a new console for Switch Online, it'll probably be exclusive to Switch 2. I don't think they'll be adding more to the Switch at this point. 3D Land port. If I didn't say so already, I think they're going to be doing a lot of ports, because what else are they going to be doing this late into the Switch's lifespan? Not that much. But I think a 3D Land port has, I keep saying this, a lot of potential. They have pretty much all the other 3D Marios on the Switch at this point. I think the only other one besides 3D Land that's missing is Galaxy 2. So I could definitely see them bringing this over as another cash grab, because we all know Nintendo. Nintendo Selects. So this is weird. They definitely like to do these towards the end of a console. It wouldn't necessarily be Nintendo Selects. They've done Player's Choice before. They could do a new name entirely. But I feel like we're a little bit too close to the end of the Switch 1's lifespan that they may just not be doing it for the Switch. Plus, games will be available from the Switch 1 on the Switch 2. So maybe they're not going to do this time around. But if they were to do something like this, I think they would give it like a brief, maybe 30-second announcement just saying that it's going to be showing up in stores. Metroid Prime 4 Beyond release date. Now, I'm kind of 50-50 on this one. On one hand, we know it'll be coming to the Switch 1, and they'll probably also do a Switch 2 version, like how they've done Breath of the Wild on both Wii U and Switch, for example, in the past. At the same time, I feel like this is really special to reveal in the Switch 2 Direct, so I really don't know. I think it's more likely that they're gonna be actually focusing this Direct on it now that I think about it, but I really don't know. This could go either way. New WarioWare. I was reaching with this bingo board to get 25 spaces, including free space. They're probably not going to do a new WarioWare. They've already done 2, and I think they would save a new one for like maybe a year into the Switch 2's lifespan. Nintendo San Francisco mentioned. Now, this would be a given if it wasn't for the Switch 2 Direct next week. This makes this so hard, because why are they doing these Directs so close to each other? It's such a Nintendo thing to do. At the same time, it's such an anti-Nintendo thing to do. But the Nintendo San Francisco will almost definitely get mentioned in one of the two presentations. Just that it's opening. If it's mentioned in the Switch 2 Direct, it'll probably be more so that you can get the console there on release day or whatever. But we'll have to wait and see. So I put see you Wednesday for this one. That literally just means, like, I think they're going to end the Direct instead of just saying thanks for watching the Nintendo Direct and stay tuned or whatever they usually say. They'll say thanks for watching the Nintendo Direct. Please tune in to our Nintendo Switch 2 Direct next Wednesday. So they're not literally going to say see you Wednesday, but that was my way of saying, like, they're going to segue it into the next Direct. Silksong. So one of the credible leakers, I forget who it is, I apologize, who had originally leaked that this Direct would be happening at all, said that there will probably be they heard there will probably be a big third-party game being announced in the Direct. I really don't know what this could be. I put another one that I'll get to in a minute. I'm not super familiar with indie games, unfortunately. I've been becoming more familiar recently, but I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like it's very well possible because the leaker said that this would be a very popular announcement at the Direct. Free Space. Twilight Princess HD port. I already talked about the Wind Waker HD port. I feel like these are probably just as likely. Maybe they'll do a double, not a double release, like they'll release them together as a collection. They could just do one or the other, or they could be Nintendo and do both, charge $120 each. I mean, not each, $60 each, $120 total. Deltarune Chapter 3, I was just saying about the indie games. I don't know if this is considered as much of an indie game anymore. I mean, obviously, it's still a very small studio, but it's become really popular. It's probably like Scott Games. Like, is that really considered indie anymore? But, this could also be just as likely because I know a lot of people have been talking about that it is probably coming soon. I'm not entirely familiar with the franchise. I apologize. It would be a very popular indie announcement at the Direct. Alarmo update. Again, I was reaching for stuff to put on this at some point. I could see them maybe saying, go walk across your room to the Alarmo right now and download the Animal Crossing update is now or whatever. It is out now or whatever. It's not going to be a huge thing, but I could see them mentioning it. Nintendo World Championship Super Nintendo Entertainment System Edition. I don't know if Nintendo World Championships did as well as they were hoping. It probably did. I don't think they were expecting it to be a huge release. I mean, obviously not. It was, what, $30? I do see them doing a Super Nintendo version at some point, but maybe not right now. It's probably a weird time to release it on the Switch 1, and maybe they'll just wait for the Switch 2. A new 99 game. So this connects to the new console for Nintendo Switch Online that I was mentioning being a possibility earlier. I think they'll probably save it for the Switch 2 Direct if they were to have one in store and make it a Switch 2 exclusive, but it's still possible, and again, I was reaching. Nintendo Music Update. This is similar to the Alarmo update. Nothing huge, but I could see them saying, go on your phones and look, I don't know, Super Mario 3D World soundtrack is now available, something like that. Super Mario Party Jamboree DLC. I would love for this to happen, and I think it's pretty good timing for it to happen because it's a game that DLC makes sense for. It would just be more content for the game. And I think it's also a good timing to release it, so people who really like Mario Party or whatever can get some play out of that before they can get their hands on the Switch 2. Farming Sim, because it's a Nintendo Direct. 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 Okay, you get the point. I didn't want to continue reaching for, I guess I would have one Farm Sim, so 4 more things, and it's a Nintendo Direct, so we'll get 1 million Farming Sims. Probably not as many as usually, though, since it's only a 30-minute Direct, since they're usually, 40 to 50 minutes. But I still see that if I get bingo, it's probably going to be on this board. I don't really see any of these being that possible. I may get, they may do, here's New Leaf HD, please. That's a bad example. Here's Nintendo San Francisco mention. Here's Free Space. Here's Super Mario Party Jamboree DLC. But I think Farming Sim is probably, the Farming Sim row is probably the only one I'm going to get bingo on. So, tomorrow I will be doing a reaction video to the Direct. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch it live. I have a life. So I will be doing it as soon as possible. In fact, I'm going to have my phone off all day so that I can't get spoilers from notifications or anything. And then, I'll do the reaction video completely blind. I won't know anything, I promise. and I'll get that out as soon as I possibly can. I really don't know how quick I'm going to be able to, but it's going to be what it's going to be. This video I also had to rush. It's just whatever. And then this weekend I'll probably do the Switch 2 predictions, Switch 2 Direct predictions, and then the Switch 2 Direct next Wednesday. So yeah, I'm really excited for all this. By the way, I didn't say, I will actually be doing the bingo, of course, on the video. I not only made the board for this, but I made a bunch of chips. I'll be using these chips again, but I got 25 different Nintendo characters. Here, I'll pull a random one, Charizard, as the bingo board falls off my leg. But, yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. I will see you guys tomorrow with the reaction to the Switch 2 Direct. Praying for something good. New Leaf HD is probably my biggest one, or just anything Animal Crossing related. Please, I need more Animal Crossing. If it's not in here, I really hope we'll be getting it soon into the Switch 2. Maybe a smaller Animal Crossing game early on, and then a bigger Animal Crossing game in a few years. I don't know. I'm just rambling at this point. See you guys tomorrow.